Good evening, everybody. Welcome to PACES, a program or a small contribution from my side to the fraternity and the FM industry on some of my thoughts and points that I have thought I should share with you over the past, which I have gathered over the past 25 years being in the FM industry. Uh, you are free to chat on my messenger or talk to me through the messenger chat if you have any points of concern or any doubts or anything that you want. I am available on the messenger. I will answer at the end of the program. Amazing to be part of this uh, evening FM JPI. Thanks to Nilesh, and as it's rightly said, it's got about 11,000 followers, and I hope we have a lot of people joining us and make this as interesting and as uh, valuable as possible for all of you. Once again, good evening to all of you. Today's program or today's event or my talk is all about what an FM person or what facility management personnel should adopt as their attire and their attitude and their skill sets that you should take as you go along. FM is doing a wonderful service across the world, especially in India, and during this COVID season. I'm sure all of you have realized the potential of the facility management, administration, corporate services industry. And I'm sure the world also has realized what we do. So, without doing much ado, I will take you on to this program called PACES. PACES is an acronym for 5 words. It says people, attitude, competency, empathy, and smart. So, what is all these PACES? See, we are in the FM industry. I know I started way back in 1988 my career, and I started with the Taj Group as the chef with the Taj Group. It was an interesting career. Taj Group, I know we went inside when the sun was just coming out, and we came outside when the sun set. Many days in my life, I have not seen sunlight during those days. Maybe there's a storm which had come and gone, and I never knew there was a storm that came and went because um, in services, we give our 100%, and that's the most important part of life. So it's an interesting career. I have gone through many of interesting episodes, interesting attributes, interesting things that came across that we went through. Just give me a second. I'm just coming back to you, and I hope just you'll allow me for a second, please. Hello? I'm in a program here. Can I? Okay. I'm sorry, that was a call from the high command. You can't avoid. Um, so, what is this? What we did in our career, we committed ourselves totally to service. We committed ourselves totally to making other people happy. We committed ourselves to making the best, giving our best to get the best out of it. I'm sure all of you are doing the same today. And many times I hear this word that the FM industry is a thankless industry, or the FM industry is an ungrateful, people don't recognize it, or the FM industry doesn't have that much of recognition. Places, including my story, where we brought, at least me, I brought up the facilities and the administration to become one of the most powerful departments in a corporate, one of the most recognized departments in the corporate, and not only the corporate, but nationally and globally, that the team, all the members of my team and the corporate and the world realized that we are one of the key players of any corporate of any society or any social activity or an integral part of any organization as we go by. So the first aspect that I will take on is the P. What do facility management managers do? Facility managers got two main activities. One is they manage facilities like buildings, washrooms, floors, mm, transportation, campuses, horticulture, etc., etc. That is one part of it. But the second part of it is they manage people. If both these are not there, we don't remain in the FM industry at all. So our key importance is to understand that we are there for people. That is the P of the pieces. If there are no people, we are not there. If you are doing horticulture, if you are doing a flower show, for whom are you doing? For people. If you are painting the road, whom are you painting the road for? If you are putting air conditioning, whom are you putting the air conditioning for? If you are putting fragrance in the washroom, who are you putting the fragrance for? If you are doing a nice chair, who are you putting the chair for? If you are doing amazing employee transportation, who are you doing the transportation for? Every single thing that we do is only and only for people. Let it be cafeteria, let it be HVAC, air conditioning, let it be anything. Every single thing that we do is only for people. If all FM people realize this, our life will become much more meaningful. Because many times I go to the office in the morning and then I say, boss, what is the plan today? Sir, there is nothing. But in the middle of the day, there is a reward and recognition ceremony by the HR department for people. And if we don't support it, maybe the 100 people who are going to get their reward will not get the reward in the way they are getting it because our support in making that arena, that campus, that venue, that event successful is there. So we are there to serve people. So in a lighter vein, or as an example, which I tell all across in different places, what we do, we are like, see, in the entire corporate world, there are only two departments that are common to all the people in the organization. I'm sure all of you are from corporates or service providers who are dealing with corporates. But in the entire FM industry and the corporate world, there are only two departments that deal with all the people from the people right from the topmost, maybe the managing director or the chairman, to the last person in the organization, maybe the housekeeper or the security guard or maybe the courier boy. We are the two departments that deal with everybody. One is the HR department because they are human resources and they take care of all the people. And the second team is the FM team or the admin team. The admin team has got reach to every single person in the organization. And I fondly call this the mummy and daddy of the corporate world. The HR and the admin or the FM are the mummy and daddy of the entire corporate world. On a lighter note, I can say that the HR can be the daddy. You know why daddy? Because HR gives probably the salary. Like generally, in general, the daddy brings home the salary, the money, and HR also brings in a lot of policies, a lot of strict rules, a lot of activities that go on in the organization, which actually takes the organization to another level. They are at the other point. They take care of the reward, recognition, the appraisal, increments, etc., etc., which largely, in general, I'm not saying that mothers don't do it, but largely the parent and the daddy of the house does all this and take care of it. But on the other hand, there are elements that are so personal. And who does that? The mother. What she does? She gives food, she takes care of the cleanliness, she takes care of the facility of the premises that you live in, she takes care of the love and care that has to be given, she takes care of every single aspect of the house, including maintenance, cleanliness, keeping the house running, provisions, uh, and taking everybody together and seeing that there is a lot of harmony in the house. This is exactly what we do in FM. We are the mummies, we are the mothers of the whole corporate world. But of course, I'm sure each one of you who is attending this program will realize that mothers are also tough. Not that they are easy and not that they just allow you to do what they want. Maybe in your younger days, you come home late, your mother will shout at you more than your father, or she'll be more concerned. Or if you do a mistake, many times the mother is the first person who will tell you to correct yourself with assertiveness, but later with love and care. So, the same way in our corporate world, the admin and the FM teams are the people who give all this. Why we don't give all? We give all this. Am I right? Food, cleanliness, good environment, love, care. If anybody has a problem, medical issues, security, every single, all the 32 elements of the FM world, 32 elements that the facilities management take care are given by the administrators and the facility managers in the entire corporate world, which is a great aspect. And let us say we don't give that, there will be a pandemonium. See, last session I was doing, and I asked a question to my audience. There were about 300 people, and I asked this question. Let us say there is a manufacturing plant. Let us say they manufacture, let us say tires or anything, nails or any kind of manufacturing. Suddenly, the machine breaks down and they cannot manufacture because the oil is over or one machine part has broken into two, and there is a breakdown. Is it possible that this can happen? 99% what? 100% this happens in all manufacturing plants where there is a downtime, where some of the machinery goes down and there is a break shutdown in the plant or a breakdown in the plant, for which they repair, get together, and then they start the plant. During this period, there may even be a commercial loss, maybe a few amount of monetary loss may be happening because 2 hours production didn't happen. Is this acceptable or not? Is the question. Mostly across the world, a breakdown, a shutdown is generally acceptable. Of course, after that, the root cause analysis and the fishbone analysis and why this happened, etc., goes about, and then they have a process for recovery and also addressing that it doesn't happen later. But on the other hand, let us say it is every day 10 o'clock tea time in the office. 10:30, you have to give tea to 500 workers during the tea time in the cafeteria. Can you afford one day not to give tea on time? Is that acceptable to the whole organization? Is that acceptable to the people? Is that acceptable to the management? 99% it will have a bad adverse effect on the FM and the admin people, because a breakdown can happen because of various issues. But something that a human needs, something that as big or small as a cafeteria activity during lunch or tea, cannot afford a breakdown. That is the power that we have in an organization. I'm telling you, many strikes that have happened in many parts of India, if you go and see, especially a lot of union strikes and a lot of lockouts that have happened, are basically because of human privileges that were not given and largely dealt by the FM or the admin people. Why? Because the FM or the admin people are the people who actually deal with such privileges and such facilities to make employees, corporate workers, and all coming to office a part of, make the office as good as home and give them their activities. So, ladies and gentlemen, whoever is attending this, believe me that we play a very, very vital role. Suppose somebody goes into the office in the morning or the washroom in the morning and it is not clean, it is smelling, it is bad. Don't you think in the next 2-3 minutes all of you get a call? Your manager will call, maybe everybody will call and say, boss, this is not accepted. Immediately there will be a response. So our responsibility is quite high, especially things like this. I'm sure all of you had your share during this COVID season. We were the people who were the front runners for taking care of each one of the employees of the corporate employee, just like the mother in our house who must have kept us safe during this COVID period and still keeping us safe. We play a vital role in the organization. So believe me, ladies and gentlemen, people are the most core important activity. So if your whole team, if your entire group of the administrative group of your team understands and knows this, automatically the perception and the way to work automatically changes. Just like mother knows what's her importance. Same like it is for us, for for us to recognize people. People not only who are with your team, but a 360-degree angle of people. Maybe your team, maybe your seniors, maybe your peers, maybe other people in the organizations, maybe people below you, maybe people outside the organization or related to the organization, maybe vendors, suppliers, maybe customers, maybe clients, maybe visitors. All are people. If we realize that we are adding value to people, and all your team members realize that that service that you're giving to the people is of core importance and of main value, there is nothing more better than having this insight into everybody's mind to deliver the best activity. I'm sure all of you must have gone to big hotels and other activities. The most important there is to take care of people. So people are very important. I'm seeing many corporates or many people where some person comes and delivers his service. Suppose you wanted a tent to be put. For an example, just take all of you do na tentage, or you put a pandal, or you put some event is happening. You put a large canopy or a shamiana or a German hanger or something. You tell that vendor, boss, kal subah lagana hai. Tomorrow morning I want this because tomorrow we are having a big event. Our group wants to meet everybody. We want to have a town hall, and overnight the tent comes up. Even without much asking, the tent fellow generally puts up your tent or deliver, or the caterer will deliver the hot snacks or the lunch or etc. in the shortest time. But believe me, many corporates in the country, they take care of you. The tent fellow took care of you. When it comes to his bill payment, what happens? Sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes 4 weeks, sometimes 1 month, sometimes 2 months, sometimes 6 months, sometimes even 2 years. He would have done his activity the very next day and saved your department. But we generally don't take care of them by delaying or not respecting the people who are on the other side. So people is the most important thing. Your housekeeping team, for example, or your driver team, for example, how do we take care of them? Very important. How do we take care of co-employees? I was working in a very large steel plant for about 15 years, and we had a lot of engineers coming and working in the steel plant, and we had very difficult conditions. I hope all of you know what a steel plant is. Very hot, very difficult, and very difficult working conditions, and heat is a killer. And 8 to 10 hours a person gets roasted inside the plant. But sometimes it happened that many times in my career it happened that the fellow could not go for lunch, or the fellow had some difficulty where he could not take part. Every single call that came, I'm telling you with my experience, that we addressed every single person, and that brought a lot of merit to the department and the FM and the admin fraternity, that made the fraternity really go up in terms of merit. So it's very important that each one of us recognize that we are serving people all around, from your next person, from person above you, from your managing. Let us say your chairman has got a guest. Let us say a VIP guest who's coming to give, let us say, 1,000 crores loan to your bank, a bank loan to your company. A bank chairman is coming to meet your chairman, and the moment he comes in, he is ready to come. But let us say the gate, they stopped him for 15 minutes. When he entered the reception, there is no name, and he's not allowed. Again, he's made to wait for 7, 8 minutes in the reception. And then your pantry boy, when you ask for tea, it comes late. And by mistake, let us say there is a problem of the tea falling on his shirt. And let us say that day there is I can tell you multiple problems. AC is not working, or the room is not clean, or there's a bad smell, or the washroom has got a problem. All of you know your activities. Do you think the loan will come easily and there'll be a good reputation on the company? Maybe he might have come with an idea to give 1,000 crores, but seeing all this, the value of the company goes down because the admin guy or the FM guy didn't produce. Maybe the confidence level of giving that 1,000 crores becomes a little shaky if the basics are not covered. I'm just giving a wide example. It happens every day and every time in our activity. See what we do, you have to take care of people. I'm sure all of you do R&R, reward and recognition. It's not only for employees, not only for other people. You have to do reward and recognition to the last mile and the last person that is there in your team who will get motivated and act. So once we realize that people are the core centric activity of our fraternity, automatically our merit will go up. So that is the P of PACES. I have a little time, so I'm trying to cover as much as possible. The A of PACES. What is A? A stands for attitude. Some years ago, maybe 10 years ago, administration used to be an underdog in many of the corporates. Why? Because attitude. Either too humble, ye jaake karo, and go and do anything and everything that somebody asks of you. Very humble or very not replying back or not being assertive or doing everything just without comprehension. Or the other way around, the admin guy or the facilities guy will not do anything. Maybe he has to give somebody his, let us say those days there were mobile phones that you have to give to everybody, or you have to give a ID card to everybody. You have in your drawer. When you go to the admin guy, you will say, "Arey yaar, abhi kyun aaya? Kal aa jao." Just to pick up from his drawer and give to a person who has got an authorization, the fellow will take 3 days to give him. High-handedness. Attitude is very important. Not being too down, not being too active, because I'm telling you, in the facilities world and the admin world, we take care of all the personal comforts of anybody in the corporate. How? Gadi is with us, Makan is with us, Roti is with us, uniform is with us, air conditioning is with us, comfort is with us, everything personal to any person is with us. If we don't do it with a sense of good attitude and service, generally the department gets a bad name. I'm sure many of you know that in some of the sectors, the admin people are used for all kinds of activities, including jao sabji leke aao, jao ye kaam kar lo, jao iska bill bharo, jao mera ye kaam kar do. Admin people are put into a lot of activities. That is not professionalism. That is becoming too much, becoming too low. And by virtue of these last few years, 10 years, when the fraternity became more powerful and more recognized and more professional, slowly it is coming down. But it was a situation where, so if there's a situation, it is important for you to wear an attitude that you are a professional and you will do XYZ activity in an XYZ manner that will take professionalism as a stake in the attitude part of the fraternity of the FM and the admin area. It cannot be too low. At the same time, you cannot be high-handed. Somebody wants a seat and you have 10 seats available. You cannot make him run for 1 week and say, "Mere paas seat nahi hai, baad mein aa jao." Or the admin person cannot just throw an attitude that I am the most powerful. I will not do everything and anything at all. We are here to do service, but service in a professional manner in a particular within a particular parameter. It's very important for us to take this attitude in our life as we go ahead. So it's very important for every service personnel to don an attitude that is very, very important. I am telling you, I had a person in my team um, who used to have a lot of, we gave him a lot of activity, let us say making changes in the cafeteria. I told him, okay, go and do whatever you want, but bring newness to the cafeteria. This fellow, every Wednesday, he used to bring in a festival, Mexican festival, Lebanese festival, wellness, health food festival, cup food festival, bowl meal festival, every Wednesday. And being so passionate and so service oriented, the entire cafeteria became a big success and it became one of the best visited sites. And because of that one attitude and that one activity that this fellow did, the entire department got a big name and recognition only through this one activity. It's not very difficult. He had to take little bit of interest, talk to the caterer, and get his activity done. But it brought a great amount of uh, improvement, great amount of recognition to the entire group. I had another person who I told him, boss, let us see that everybody gets in this organization a little pen with a sanitizer in the pocket so that he can put it. But this fellow said, why should we give, sir? He's inside his head, he's thinking, what should we do? We have placed a lot of bottles. And he never did it because he thought he is not he has got an attitude that why should I go and serve everybody? We lost an opportunity and ultimately the management forced, and after we did it, it was a lost opportunity for 4 to 5 months by the time we did it, which we could have captured. So why I'm giving these examples is just to illustrate to you that attitude is a very, very, very important activity that is there in the FM industry. Security guards in many places, you know how they behave. Some are very good, some are very bad, and the good guys who are professional, assertive, and have got professional semblance to their level, to their activity, generally are very well maintained. And you will see all these latest corporates which are come up in the country of the multinationals. You will see there are no more security guards. They are security marshals, they are security executives, they are security managers. The name has changed. The guard name has gone away. It's only because of attitude. When I came to a company, the security guard was wearing that same green trouser, cream shirt with a band here and a rope going around his armpit and standing in the reception. I said, we are not checking here. I gave him a coat, a jacket, and a tie, and a dark pant, and gave him polished shoes. The next day, the fellow's attitude changed, and the way he was receiving people, it totally became good, and it became a interesting part for the entire organization to watch this. I am telling you just small examples and basic examples to make you understand that attribution and attitude is very good. You know, even in the business plan or the budgets, many times we think, "Arey yaar, budget kya karega? Ye kaat dega." Whatever you put, they will cut. If you put 2 crores, they will definitely cut 20%, and they will not even see the 2 crores. But if you are going with that attitude, they will cut. Who is the loser? You have to push. You have to say that I will prove, I will fight for my activity. I will fight. Of course, it's not easy. I am saying it easily, but I have done all this. And then we brought about a lot of it. You may go to YouTube, you may see many of interviews that is there on the SR portal of Nandiketan that is I have given. You may see a lot of it saying that how we built cities, how we build corporates, how we build facilities into a greater area. Attitude is important. Be assertive, be service oriented, be humble, but not below the level. And this will take you to great heights. The C of the paces, the third part, is all about competency. Why today they are saying that facility people or admin people are in the lower rung or it was in the lower rung? Because when you go to an admin person and tell him, boss, how to polish this floor, let us say marble floor. Believe me, unless you are a housekeeper or you're a professional, most of the admin and FM people in the country will not know an answer to how to polish a proper floor and what type of floor. I do so many interviews at assistant general manager level, at managerial level. I ask these guys 10 types of flooring, and sometimes it is very shameful to see that they are not able to go beyond three. One time I asked the fellow, "What is the floor you are sitting on? What is this chair on?" He could not say because competence level is low. When you have competence, then only you will command respect and respect will come to you. If you don't have competence, let us say you go to a doctor and tell him, doctor, mereko, I got sardi. If the doctor says, I sardi, what should I do? If he starts looking at a book or asking somebody, or asking his other people what to do for sardi, will the doctor be successful? If a doctor is successful only when he knows almost everything of the basics of what he has to treat a person with and how to handle the medicine in a general physician activity. I'm just giving an example to say that that is how the FM field has to go. Many people don't know what is the calorie that every person should have on a daily basis. I ask this question. Many people don't know what is the calorie because you are in charge of food and beverage and you want to grow. You don't want to remain at a lower level. Some people become higher levels and still they don't know what is calorific value that should be given to a particular person. Same thing, transportation. Suppose what is an EV vehicle, how is it comparatively productive to a diesel or a petrol vehicle? Give me 10 differences. Many people are not able to tell productively. Common sense is okay, but not with the professional attribution that is there. Competency is very important. I was telling a story again last time when I was with somebody, which is a real story. I went to a place and they told me, new office, and they told me, I asked them, what is the problem? So they said, sir, there are many cockroaches here. So how to kill cockroaches? No problem, sir. Tomorrow I will call pest control. They will come and kill the cockroach. So I said, okay. So if the pest control comes and still the cockroach is not killed, what you will do? No, sir. I will again call him and put a strong activity on him, and we will get the cockroach removed. I said, you put strong After that also cockroach is not gone. If it is there, what you will do? So the person told me, sir, we'll fire the pest control and get a new pest control agency who is very good, and they will come and kill the cockroach. What this person did, he is dealing with a pest control agency and not with a cockroach. I asked this person, do you know what the pest control agency will put as chemical? What they will do there? He no answer. I gave him a 500 buck note and told him, go down, go to the store below, buy herbal medicine, come back and put it all around the office. Maybe tomorrow you may be at least 80% less cockroach. And if you continue this for a week, you will get rid of cockroach by yourself. The point I'm trying to make is competency. Once you know, once you're competent, you will be recognized in reward. If you go to an engineer, electrical engineer, and if he doesn't know how to, connect a particular phase or connect at HT to an LT, if his knowledge is low, then you will not give him so much of respect, or you will not recognize him so much. But if you go to another electrical engineer and tell him HT to LT, and if he says what is the kind of transformers, how to maintain it, what will the HT load be, what will the how to step down and how to go to the next level, what are the pros cons, immediately you will think, "Arey boss, kya knowledge hai yaar iska," which is a basic for an electrical engineer. Same thing, our fraternity and industry should go to a great height. That should come there. I'm not saying we are there. We are not there. We have, but in large cases, we have to build in competency into our activity, which is a great tool that will come up. So if you remember competency, so for that, there are many ways how to build competency. Attitude, like I told you, you have to adopt the attitude. Learn and look and learn. For competency, you have to have exposure. Go and see new places, go and see new activities, go and see new elements, go and see other places where there are everywhere facilities is there. If you go in a train, there is facility. Go in a flight, there is a facility. Go to a mall, there is a facility management activity. You go to a building, there is facility management. Or go to a society, housing society, there is a facility. Go by metro train, there is facility management. Go to a restaurant, it is facility management. Everywhere in the world, there is facility management everywhere prevalent. Just open your eyes, see and learn. The moment you learn, you will be able to take care of it. That is the first thing, get exposure. The second thing is do self-learning. Self-learning, very great tool. Today, internet is a beautiful activity where if you start learning, self-learning, you need not depend on anybody. You need not look at everything. Every day, I'm sure you can take half an hour to develop yourself. And believe me, the beneficiary will be you, nobody else. First you, then the corporate, then the fraternity. So self-learning is a great tool. Third is attend various exposures through seminars, conferences, meetings where it makes sense so that you get inputs of relevant activity. Maybe you learn about HVAC in a big way. Maybe you can learn about the new activities of sanitation. Maybe you can learn about air quality index. Maybe you can learn about polishing and painting in a different way, new types of how to maintain walls and different types of walls, different types of seatings, different types of transportation, different types of food. I can go on and on. So many forums are there for you to go and learn. So many activities related to our industry where you can do. That's the third point. And the fourth point is involve yourself into getting demos and seeing for yourself. Maybe all of you are in the corporate world. You can call for vendors. You can ask people to come and showcase products, because today the world is open with millions of products in our industry where people are willing to come and give you and showcase their products. Maybe you need not buy them, but at least you will learn. And if it suits you, you can definitely buy. But you will get a lot of knowledge by doing all this and build your competency to the next level. If you don't build your competency, you are going to, the growth level and the improvement level in the overall industry is going to be at a very naive level and at a very slow pace. You see, there is, let us say you take the IT industry, you take the security industry, they are all going leaps and bounds because IT industry every day they are learning, or every hour they are learning. Security industry is becoming high tech because everything is become digital and everything is become technology, everything is become amazingly good. So same thing, all of us have to learn. Today there is a robot that can take care of so many things. I don't know how many of you know. In a washroom today, we can deploy about 12 to 18 products that will be sensors that can take care of washroom maintenance remotely with minimal human intervention. Amazing parts, amazing things are there. Learn. Sensors for uric acid, sensors for smell, sensors for mirror management, sensors for the utility, number of people coming in census, for floor cleanings. And in a washroom, there is so many elements that have come that is so beautifully acclimated. We have to get that competency and learn. I'm sure many of us have got it, but I'm just telling you the basics. But the world is so big that you can get, like, again, I can tell you an example. I asked somebody what is the name of the white color paint they put on the road which glows in the dark. So many people in the forum which attended a forum, I mean, some days ago, could not answer. It's just thermoplast paint. What is thermoplast? So that is the next question. Feel eager and learn. Competency will take you to places. The next point I'm coming to is empathy. PACE. Empathy. Empathy means feel like the other person. Feel what happens to the other, not only person, to the organization also. When somebody cuts your budget, feel from their side. When somebody comes and complains to you, feel from their side. When somebody comes and appreciates you, like, I can tell you an example. A few weeks ago, somebody literally came and thanked me so much because he wanted some small activity. He wanted a privilege for in the office. I gave him that particular privilege, and that made his life so different. And he was actually crying because empathy. If you feel, अरे यार office में ये नहीं हो सकता है, within the parameter, it was not unethical or not extra. It was giving him a car to go home early to the hospital to meet his somebody who was sick, which was almost 40 kilometers away. Generally, we will say, okay, book a cab, we do this. But I had a car spare and I could give him, and he went to the hospital and he was really thankful. He was having tears in his eyes. So how that person felt is something that you should feel. Once you feel the empathy towards every single part, it will become okay. Suppose you have a large organization, they are doing amazing profits. So if you empathize with the organization, if you feel what the organization feels, that they have a little surplus, maybe you can improve the organization, or they don't have money. Let us say they are not doing well. The organization is low on profits, or they're making loss. At that point of time, if you go and say, sir, now I have learned in the internet. Yesterday, I went to a class on Facebook and they told me to buy a new machine. I want 3.5 lakhs to buy this new machine. Where is the empathy? That fellow will say, we are making losses. Why you want 3.5 lakhs of machine? Look at empathy. Empathy makes a great activity when you go in your services. And only our department is a big influence on such things that can make. Many times when we go to presentations, let us say you go with 10 points or 15 points to a presentation. Many times I see people get some being accepted and many being shot down, or 2-3 key elements are being shot down. You must reach out to the other person to see why these 3 key points you require, and make the other person also empathize that what will be the benefit not only for you, for the organization, but how it will affect everybody who's getting the benefit of it. So empathy is a very great activity which is there. Empathy also brings me to another part, which is a subheading called integrity. Generally, for many years from the past, this word administration and this word facility was being looked down upon because a lot of integrity levels were compromised from the various people in the system. People generally used to look down, अरे ये खुद के लिए गाड़ी लेके जाता है, ये उनका इनके लिए ये करता है, he is taking food and not paying in the cafeteria, or he is doing this activity. Integrity was at a stake few years ago. It has improved a great leaps and bounds, but every one of us in the fraternity, because I'm talking to you as a larger family and family of the facilities in the admin world, integrity is a very important aspect, and that if it is not maintained in the proper way, it will never bring laurels to the department and never raise the bar of the department to the next level. So it's very important that we all have to pull up our socks wherever required. Ours means our team, our image, and the entire fraternity needs to look at this in a very big manner. I'm not saying that everybody is bad, but one person, let us say you have a team of 100%, and one person does a mistake, the whole team gets the bad mouthing of it. Many times in the office, a purse is lost or a watch is lost, or let us say some document is lost. Who do they call first? Naturally, they call the FM person or the housekeeping person, and they look at it. Boss, इसने ही किया होगा. This is the person who would have done it. We have to change this. We have to bring responsibility. We have to bring the activity up, and we have to bring, not that we should not cooperate. We should cooperate, but we should get away from this aura that we from being, the integrity aura should be at a high level, which should be there always. It is not that I'm saying in a negative way, but I'm trying to promulgate that if we stand our great strength united and be a very strong fraternity, it will take us to places, and it will bring a lot of empathy within us and for the outsiders also in us. Many times you must have heard this also. Poor people, these are the fellows who worked hard night and day during the COVID. These are the people who did lot of efforts and make this event successful. These are the people who give us food. Empathy from the other side. So that is what should become more and more, and that should become our activity, which we are doing well, and we should go on it. And the last is the S of the pieces. The S stands for smart. Smart, when I say, we should be smart in all around activity, street smart and technology smart. Street smart means many people um, have to be communicatively better. Communication is a very, very, very strong tool that needs to be developed, imparted, and pronounced and practiced by all the fraternity across. Not only the senior people in the FM area or the vice president, general managers, or owners of various FM companies or FM departments. It should to the last level. Many times when people go in front of the senior team, CEO or managing director or chairman, many times they are not able to present. Ask your team to present 5 papers. Many people I have seen are not able to communicate properly. Communication is a great tool. Communication, not only presentation, communication by, there are so many channels, written, email, WhatsApp, social media, professional communication modules. It is very important for us to improve our communication to be a smart FM person. Let us say you get 10 complaints today. Tell me who's a smart person. 10 complaints it came today. One person replied 2 complaints, and 8 complaints he replied over the next 6-7 days. And what he said in the 8 complaints, he said, boss, this is not possible. I don't know the answer. You go to other department, you find out this. And over 7-8 days, he did. The other fellow, for all the 10 complaints he got, he replied immediately, sir, 4 complaints I will take care today. 2 complaints I require this help, and 4 complaints I am not able to address. I will come back to you with a solution, or I will guide you what is to be done so that you can get your complaint resolved. Who is a smart person? It's only communication. Whether he resolved or not is good. The 6 people who got his not got their complaint resolved will appreciate this person that is being communicative. Many times we don't communicate. So communication is a very, very important tool, effective tool for a smart FM person across the fraternity in many ways, right from senior management dealing, presentations, day-to-day communication, downline communication. Many times we see how we deal with our downline. Communication is important. Like one day there was a very important person who came to the organization, or group came to the organization, and the FM manager didn't tell his whole team that this important group was coming. They came, and nobody gave any particular attention to these people. They treated them like normal people because they came with a very big business proposal, and they were not treated very good. Only when the management said, boss, इनको क्यों ऐसा treat कर रहे हैं, and last minute everybody was running because somebody in the loop didn't communicate what is the importance of these people. If they had communicated, all the people would have been alert, and that visit would have been very, very, very successful. On the other hand, when you communicate and tell them this particular group of people are very important, please communicate right from the car parking till the time they go back. Reception, security guard, housekeeper, washroom cleaner, pantry boy, whoever you want to call, your entire team will all come in a smart turnout, and you will be recorded as a smart department. It really happened with me in many cases. I have a lot of stories. Maybe at a next time, probably we can share a lot of stories. If there is a next time that I get, we can share a lot of life stories that happened with us. So smartness is one, is communication. The second thing is knowledge, which I just told you. Competence is very important. So smart is how to act, how to behave, how to be assertive, how to say a no in the correct way, how to say yes in the correct way, how to be uh, productive in your own team. Sometimes there are days when we don't have work. What to be done at that point of time? Some seasons, monsoon season is going to come, maybe in the next by June, July in many of the country. Many people wake up only in May. Many people wake up only in June when the announcement comes from the Met department. Why can't you still do that in January? So smartness is overall. You have to be smart in all your activities, and street smartness is very important. Like all the top people who have become today, many successful people, street smartness. The third is smart is through technology. Smart technology is very important today. It can make your life easy using a lot of tools, reports, analysis. A lot of smart technology are there just for a small amount of money. You can buy all these activities, which will make you very impressive. Suppose you tell everybody that yesterday our attendance was so much, so many seats were vacant, so many was full, and today this is my vacant space. Maybe let us say you have got 4,000 square feet vacant in your office. Maybe somebody can monetize that. Maybe they can earn a few lakhs out of it. It's all through analysis. Maybe if you tell that, okay, this is the attendance every day, that my footfalls in the office is there, it will help somebody. So many things, air quality, water management, uh, uh, drain and sewage management, waste management. So there is n number of tools to take care of this particular activity. Implement smartness, smart technology. Smart is communication, smart is behavior and being at the street smart level, and smart technology implementation of that by knowledge and learning and implement that in your activity will take you to great places and make all of us and the fraternity of the FM world and the fraternity of the admin world a great place to work, and it will get recognition and it will go to great heights if we follow some of these points that I told you as in paces: people, attitude, competence, empathy, integrity, and smartness. If we follow these five activities uh, with our heart, it's not difficult, it is not necessarily easy also. But with consciousness, if we follow this, each one of us will be striving one foot forward to make our world, our profession, our fraternity one of the best in the country, which is already becoming very acknowledged and very gaining prominence across the entire globe. And the next 5 years, we are hoping growth by leaps and bounds in our fraternity, and a lot of opportunities coming up as the economies will boom back after this pandemic and this dull period that we went through the whole of last year. So once again, I will stop here, and I will wish each one of you all the very best in your careers, all the very best in your profession, all the very best in your workspace to grow, improve, and become successful in all spheres of your life. Thank you very much. Hope Paces will be your new attire in the coming days. Thank you very much and all the best. Anybody has any points or questions that you want to ask, you can always reach out through FMJPI or directly to me on my Facebook. I am Ralph Sunil. I am the group head for facility management for the GMR group based in Delhi. Thank you and all the best.